Good afternoon. Welcome to NorthStar Gaming's live corporate webinar. This is Trevor Brucato with RB Milestone Group, the US-based investor relations firm. For those new to the story, NorthStar is a Canadian-based company that combines a world-class online casino and sportsbook experience, complemented by original sports news and gaming content from strategic media partners. NorthStar Gaming Holdings is listed in Canada on the TSX Venture under the symbol BET or BET. Joining us today is NorthStar's Chairman and CEO, Michael Moskowitz, who will be providing an overview of current operations and upcoming milestones. At the end of the presentation, we will open it up to questions for Michael to address. If you are interested in asking a question and are logged into the Zoom app or web platform, you could submit your questions to us directly in the Q&A module. If you have already submitted questions via registration, no need to resubmit as we already have those in the queue. Please note this presentation is being recorded today, December 6, 2023, and will soon be made available on the company's website at northstargaming.ca. Following the presentation, we'll be sending a brief investor sentiment survey on the strengths and weaknesses of the company in your opinion, as well as which operational milestone you're looking forward to the most. Your participation would be appreciated as it will help NorthStar better communicate its stakeholders moving forward. Now for a quick disclaimer. Today's call may contain forward-looking statements that are subject to risks and uncertainties that may cause actual results, performance, or developments to differ materially from those contained in the statements and are not guarantees of future performance of the company. No assurance can be given that any of the events anticipated by the forward-looking statements will occur, or if they do occur, what benefits the company will obtain from them. Also, some risks and uncertainties may be out of the control of the company. NorthStar's full disclaimer can be found in their presentation, as you can see here, and on their website. Lastly, RBMG or RB Milestone Group is not a registered investment advisor or broker-dealer. For more information, please visit rbmilestone.com. And now it is my pleasure to introduce NorthStar's Chairman and CEO, Michael Moskowitz. Michael, the stage is yours.
Thanks, Trevor. Really appreciate everybody being here, and good afternoon. I'm also joined with Ben Powell, our Vice President of Investor Relations and Corporate Development. He's actually in the office here on the other side. So I look forward to getting started. As Trevor mentioned, NorthStar is literally at the front end of spearheading the intersection point of iGaming and media. It was how we founded the company, and it still holds true today as we aggressively expand our market presence. So let's get on with this presentation, and hopefully we'll lead you through our story and look forward to any questions. Before we get started, I wanted to touch base on really what the highlights are. First of all, the market is huge. The TAM in Canada is 8.5 billion by 2026. Ontario was regulated, which is the largest province, in April of 2022, and then led by an acquisition and a platform development or replatform, we launched our brand to the rest of Canada in November, so very recently in 2023. Our product is built in partnership with the best of gaming content and tech providers in the industry. This is what really gives us a very unique business proposition, and fundamentally has changed the way that we're delivering content. One of those investments or partners is Playtech. They're a cornerstone investment partner with us. They were here with us early on. They've invested heavily in our business, love what we're doing, obviously see the growth and the traction that we're seeing in the Canadian market, and have been with us from day one and remain a strategic partner of ours. So just another proof point. We've got an experienced management team with local knowledge and insights around the Canadian audiences, from the tech industry, the iGaming industry, and also the media industry. So a great collection. What you will see is very attractive payback rates for acquired players. We'll show you that in detail, but that's part and parcel of the unique differentiation of our product. We've got a variable cost model, which is fully aligned with our partners. As we grow, they grow. So everybody's completely aligned from an investment perspective and growth potential. So with those highlights, let me get started going into some details around each one of these. First, on this slide, to talk to the market itself. As I mentioned, it's a significant market in Canada, $8.5 billion. You can see that on the left side. Interestingly enough, there's two components of this business. One is the sports betting side, and then the iGaming side. You can see that iGaming, which is basically casino games, is about 2 times the size of the sports betting. And that is also true for the Ontario market on the right, which is the first regulated market in Canada. About half is online sports betting, and 2/3 of that is iGaming. But significant market opportunity in Canada and also Ontario. You can see here, this is the management team. I think, as I mentioned before, it's really a very strong executive team that's focused on tech, iGaming, and media, which is kind of the 3 pillars that we're building our business around. And on the board side, very distinguished individuals that are helping to support and advising our company. 6 of the 8 board directors are directly involved or have been involved in iGaming, and which is very promising and very helpful and supportive to our business, including 2 from Playtech itself. Let me talk to you about the tech stack. It might be a little bit of a kind of busy slide, but this is really the kind of the baseline of our product. You see Playtech being the managed services and iGaming platform in Digibeat. We've picked in Ontario the best of the best as it relates to sports betting platform from Kambi. They are 40% of the handle in North America. And we've integrated our content directly into Kambi's platform and Playtech's platform that uniquely differentiates our product. As it relates to games, kind of the best and most popular games, and we've got it all. We've integrated all the best games from IGT, Microgaming, SGI, all of them into our stack to provide a great experience. And then we've circled that with the fraud and protection, the payment solutions that are best of breed in the industry, all creating our NorthStar Bets mobile and desktop application experience for our players. Let me talk to you a little bit about our differentiation. A little bit of a busy slide, but basically there's 2 points here. One is our unique differentiation, which is our insights, our sports insights. This provides us with kind of a very customized content creation engine that feeds right through the journey of our product. And it's very exciting. We'll show you about that. It's highly focused on the local markets, 100% Canadian. We developed that black box and integrated that into our platform. The second point is that we are also extremely realistic around the expectations of the market. We know that 80% of the market is driven by very large multinationals, but 20% of the market is local, very premium, high-end operators. We expect and are positioned to gain a disproportionate amount of that 20%. And just to put it in perspective, 3% of the overall market is a $200 million revenue pipeline for us, which is significant. Considering the fact that the business at 50 or 60 million is break even, more or less, you can see that there's significant upside at a reasonable market share assumption in the near future. And one of the key components in differentiation is obviously our people. And our sports insights is driven by an incredible team that's creating content each and every day and populating our insights section and creating tremendous value to our product. But why is content really important? And we're seeing this now that we're many months into this business. We're seeing higher average deposits, we're seeing higher casino turnover, we're seeing higher GGR attributed to content or players that are leveraging our insight sections. And of course, we're seeing higher sports turnover. This is ultimately leading to a much higher player value than we're seeing elsewhere. And it's primarily due to our sports insights now that we're well into this. And this is just a proof point of that. We've taken a bunch of other players, competitors, public companies. We've extracted the KPIs and showing very clearly that we've got a much more attractive payback than many others. And this is not attributed directly to a lower acquisition cost. It's attributed to the fact that our player values, which are tied to our content and our differentiation and our premium experience and our customer care, are really paying dues. And we're seeing, because of that, much higher player values than the rest of the industry, and ultimately leading to a much shorter payback from our dollars and our CPAs. So I'm just going to shut down my volume for a second. And typically what we do is we do a demo or something at this point. We've actually pulled together a video that runs you through some of our differentiation. And we'll show you that in one moment. Stay tuned.
When NorthStar Bets was created in 2021, there were few knowns about Ontario's plans for a regulated iGaming market. In many ways, NorthStar Bets was staring at a blank slate. One certainty was that Ontario would be one of the most lucrative and competitive markets in North America, leaving a startup like NorthStar Bets playing David up against several deep-pocketed global gaming Goliaths. In order for NorthStar to win, differentiation would be critical. But how? And with what? The answer lied in the company's DNA: content. Through a marketing services deal with NorthStar, casino and sports betting articles produced by NorthStar's in-house staff writers are published daily across NorthStar's vast digital network. Leveraging NorthStar's significant search engine authority, NorthStar's betting articles are easily discoverable by high-intent gamblers. Embedded in the articles are numerous high-performing text links that feed players further down NorthStar's conversion funnel. NorthStar's content is also found within its own app and website under its industry-leading Sports Insights vertical. Sports Insights offers a variety of content designed to create frequent and highly engaged bettors. And unlike content created by other sportsbooks, NorthStar's content is available within the same product as its sportsbook and casino, offering seamless bet slip integration and an unmatched user experience. Sports Insights also provides NorthStar with additional opportunities to further promote casino play and advertise other special offers across the site. The result? NorthStar Bets players who read Sports Insights content not only like it, but they are more profitable players than non-readers, and they deposit significantly more on average overall. Now that's a win.
Hopefully everybody was able to hear that, and we're back. So thanks for sticking with us on that video. It basically shows the differentiation, our uniqueness, and happy to show anybody a demo live at any point. And so as we come to the end of this, want to talk about the performance. We've been a public company for less than a year. And we've got 5 quarters behind us, so we're still relatively new in the marketplace, but we've seen excessive growth over a very short period of time. You can see, wagering is increased significantly year over year. Deposits are increasing year over year significantly, and of course, gross game revenue. And this is only Ontario. This does not include any of the expansion that we're going to be looking at for the rest of Canada as our business expands in the near future. And what I can say is that we are, we're into Q4. Our business continues to ramp. I'm expecting to see a sequential growth and a significant year-over-year growth as well. And so let me talk to you about our catalyst for growth. Essentially, Ontario as a province is about 40% of the population. So there's 60% of the opportunity that's ahead of us. And with a unique acquisition of Slapshot Media, which provided us with a platform to extend our brand into the rest of Canada, we then were very busy building our own .com experience, which is the NorthStar experience into this new platform. But essentially, this gives us access to really 2/3 of the market in the near future. And we've done this kind of in two ways. I won't bore you with the details, but the .ca is under a licensed environment. We were licensed by the AGCO, the Alcohol and Gaming Commission of Ontario. And when we launched the product, we were under that umbrella. As mentioned, we acquired a company called Spreads or Slapshot Media, and then we reconfigured the .com platform. But essentially, we're providing managed services to the Abenaki. We're licensed by the KGC, and this allows us to extend our brand to other parts of Canada, effective November the 1st. And so let me talk to you about the milestones. In a very short period of time, we've executed on a number of strategic initiatives. The first was back in 2022, where we completed our first phase of investment, 12.25, with the support from Playtech. We took the public company at a very difficult time in March of 2023, and it still continues to be difficult, but we did that and we executed. And then May in 2023, we acquired a company, as I mentioned, Slapshot Media. This gives us access to a managed service relationship for the rest of Canada. In October of 2023, we executed on the second phase of our financing with Playtech at 10 million, and then management came in addition to this to support the business moving forward. And in November of 2023, we launched our .com platform, which effectively gives us access to the rest of Canada and 2/3 of the market opportunity that we'll see. So what do we expect to see in the first half of 2024? We expect to see a product enhancement. That's going to be a significant driver of our business. We're going to see new games. We're going to develop and launch our Insights 2.0, bringing iBingo to market, enhancing our user experience, and providing a better experience around branded tables, which you'll see shortly, which is going to be another investment for us. So really enhancing our product experience. And ultimately, what that is going to do is lead to margin expansion. We will continue to scale revenues through our market expansion and our product differentiation with existing and new partnerships. We will maintain a low expense base. In fact, 2024 will see SG&A go down. It'll be down over 2023. And I think the most important is really continualization of our optimization of our marketing efficiency. In this business, efficient marketing will drive to margin expansion. There's no question. And as we get better at what we're doing, we'll drive down our cost per acquisition, and our marketing will become much more efficient. And we're already seeing that today. So lots to look forward to in 2024 and beyond. And this is just kind of a snapshot of our cap table. Relatively straightforward cap table. Two original investors. Playtech came in with a significant investment. You can see a good portion is supported by directors and senior officers, and then we have about 28% or so that is other shareholders. So that is it. That's our story. Our growth expectations are very high, and we will continue to execute on our plans moving forward as we expand the market and develop our product and delight our players. Trevor, I'll hand it back to you.
Thank you, Michael. As mentioned, we will now move to the Q&A portion of the webinar. If you have a question, you could submit them directly in the Q&A module. If we do not get to your questions, we will do our best to address them via email in a timely manner. Some questions have already come through, so we will kick off. First question here, Michael. How does NorthStar Bets plan to compete and win in a crowded field with large international players?
Yeah, I think a good question. I think I tried to address that earlier in the presentation, but essentially we're realistic around the market. We know that the market is dominated by some very large players. We operate in the 20% threshold that is still very significant for revenue. As I mentioned, 3% of the market is about 200 million in 2026. And I think our differentiation, our local approach, our content integration will lead to a disproportionate share of that 20% of the market. And so and that will lead to success in the future, especially as we expand across Canada.
You touched on this a little bit, but what drove your year-over-year revenue growth in the third quarter?
I mean, there's a bunch of reasons. One is just our proof point around our premium product. It continues to ensure that we're delivering and delighting our players. So our product itself continues to attract very high value customers. And we've grown the player base and the value of those players significantly quarter after quarter. So that's one that's really driving the most recent quarter. We've also broadened our acquisition channel. Originally it was through kind of the media play, then we expanded it through various channels, and we're seeing traction in many of those acquisition channels that we have begun to invest in. And some of those are supported by Playtech and the most recent marketing arrangement that we had with them. And then, I would say that the kind of the editorial content that we have infused into our product, the experience of our insights, those players that are coming in and now leveraging and utilizing our insights are really sticky, and they're playing more and leading to more deposits, higher GGR, higher wagering. So it's really helping us fuel our base and maintaining the stickiness of the product. And then, lastly, I would just say that, our technology, our user interface, our experience has led to strong retention rates for the most part to keep our players happy and playing.
Thank you, Michael. And I think this question that just came in is relevant to that. Would NorthStar consider adding real-time or more continuous transparency on KPIs, more perhaps on a monthly basis?
I mean, we have, I don't know if we would do it on a monthly basis, but we definitely communicate our results on a quarterly basis. I think as our business matures, as our quarters move on, we will get a little more detailed around the KPIs and our reporting. I think the one thing you have to keep in mind is that this industry does not reveal very much around KPIs, and so we have to be in concert with that and careful. But you will see more depth into our quarterly releases and information, and more in-depth information around our insights moving forward.
Okay, thank you, Michael. So you talked about the product innovations and features and so on, iBingo, new games, branded tables, user experience, and so on. Can you elaborate a little bit more on the branded tables?
I won't say much about the branded tables outside of the fact that we are experimenting now with our own branded tables. So basically what branded tables are NorthStar betting experiences that we own, we operate, and we leverage. And that provides us with a stickier experience, the ability for us to communicate to our players in different ways. So we are now, we've actually already launched the branded tables, and we're testing that, and assuming really the initial response is very promising. Assuming that maintains, we'll expand on that and continue to invest in branded tables.
And on the product feature front, specifically iBingo, how will NorthStar obtain iBingo when limited to charitable gaming operations?
Well, listen, I think that there's two parts to this. Well, first of all, for the rest of Canada, we can launch iBingo quickly, so that's in the pipeline. And the second part of this is we would need to partner with a land-based partner in order for us to extend iBingo to in Ontario, and pursuing that as an objective.
Gotcha. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
How quickly can spreads or NorthStarBets.com ramp up and deliver meaningful results? And can it grow to a comparable size as your Ontario business?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I mean, the market itself would indicate that it not only could be at but exceed the Ontario business, right? I mean, it's literally 3 times the size of Ontario. I think our approach is very calculated. After acquiring the company, we then developed our product. So you see exactly the same experience in the .com environment, or very similar as you would in .ca. So all the learnings from .ca are being extended with our brand to the rest of Canada. And we started that in November, and we're testing it. And early results are actually pretty good. That it's stickiness. I think we're going to take a calculated approach in order for us to expand that with marketing and brand building. But I definitely see this as being a larger opportunity than Ontario in the near future.
Speaking of, go ahead.
I mean, also just a point around the rest of Canada is that literally we're leveraging the infrastructure that we have to replicate that into other jurisdictions. So it's very cost efficient for us to have obviously a broader market with the same infrastructure and the same learnings and marketing teams, etc.
And you mentioned stickiness when it comes to the shareholder base and top shareholders, including NorthStar. I'm sure the audience would appreciate, your confidence and comfort level, and how strong the relationship is with the likes of NorthStar and large shareholders, and their support of the business and stickiness here moving forward.
I mean, NorthStar has been a great partner for us from day one. Especially from the early days when we launched the site. We had content that we were curating, and they created a container for us early on. So that was day one. We didn't even have a brand, so it really helped us to build our brand and leverage our brand. As we moved from NorthStar, we really started to expand and diversify our customer acquisition channel. And still hold the NorthStar relationship very close to us. You can see that in the betting hub that we have there. So, I mean, very supportive from that perspective. And also their base outside of Ontario is larger than you think. And so therefore, as we expand our brand outside of Ontario, leveraging the NorthStar traffic is really important to us as we move forward. But like I've said, we've moved from NorthStar and brand building to a much more diversified brand and expansion story that is really leading to our growth. But great partners and continue to be a great partner. And obviously, Playtech is a very strategic partner for us as well, providing us guidance, advice, support, financial backing to ensure that we're able to ramp this business accordingly.
Thank you, Michael. We're coming up on time here, so we'll take one more question, which is really just around your milestones. So, Michael, can you please reiterate NorthStar's upcoming milestones on a timeline basis so investors can keep track of?
lots has gone on within a very short period of time from Milestone. As I mentioned, in the first half of 24, we're going to be maniacally focused on our product, our experience, and expanding that throughout. That's going to lead to better retention rates, new acquisition tools, etc. And ultimately, greater margin. As we continue to scale this business to rest of Canada and our brand, and we leverage our partnerships and new ones that we're developing, you will see margin expansion naturally evolve because we're maintaining our expenses at a reasonable level, like I said, lower than previous year. And we're truly optimizing our marketing efficiency, which is part of the secret sauce. And that comes with experience over a short period of time, but we're taking advantage of that. That's what you can see, both product and margin expansion in the near future.
Thank you, Michael. And just a last question here. I mean, when it comes to expanding the shareholder base, you guys obviously are listed in Canada under the symbol BET on the TSXV. What's the mindset around expansion in the United States from that perspective?
We'll have an OTC listing very shortly. Yeah, like to the end of year. So that's the starting point for us. So look out for that in the next couple of weeks or so. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Michael, and thanks to everyone for joining today's event. Again, under the symbol BET on the TSXV. Today's webinar recording will soon be made available on the company's website at northstargaming.ca. If you have any additional questions that have not been addressed on this webinar, you can always submit them to us at northstar@rbmilestone.com. That's northstar@rbmilestone.com. Thanks again. That concludes our webinar. Hope you all have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Speak soon.